Welcome to the project demonstration of solar powered induction heater for boilers. So here we are going to do the induction principle based on this induction of high frequency generator from this MOSFETs using the Schottky diodes. So it will take the 12 volts input from this battery and through the electromagnetic relay. And here we are going to continuously monitor the temperature inside this induction heater concept. So like we have attached a small pipe inside that. Whenever the water is flowing through the pipe, and parallelly when this induction heater switched on, due to the mutual induction concept, the high frequency wave magnetic waves will be generated around these copper coils. And when we place a metal inside this, then due to this mutual induction concept, it will be heat up, and parallel the water will get heat up. So we are going to set the temperature from this potentiometer to the microcontroller. How much of temperature you need to heat up that, and based on the set point, it will switch on the induction heater, and whenever the set point is reached, then automatically it will switch off the induction heater through this electromagnetic relay. And next, the so-called status continuously displayed on the LCD screen, and we are using for that 12 volt 4 amp battery, so which is of 50 watts of power. So in this we are using 4 battery packs. So each battery pack consists of 4 volt 1 amp are connected in series of 3 batteries. So whenever the 4 volt battery connected in series as 3 batteries, then we'll get the 12 volts, and 12 volt 1 amp is connected with parallel with other 3 battery packs. So we will get 12 volt 4 amp is a power directly of 50 watts, and it's a rechargeable battery. So in order to recharge that from the solar panel, we'll show you the next step. So initially, just if you want to charge a battery whenever the sunlight is not available, just connect this 230 volts cable to the power socket, and then connect the T to the S or T here. So we can see the S or T. Just connect the at this slots, and now the battery will get charged with the help of the solar panel. And keep it low, right? Okay, keep it low and leave the kit for at least of 8 to 10 hours, and then the system will get fully charged from the 230 volts input. So next, so let me explain you the flow. When we connected that to 230 volts input, the transformer will step down the 230 volts AC to 12 volts AC, and this one is a regulated power supply board. On this we have placed 4 diodes which will use it to convert 12 volts AC to 12 volts pulsating DC, and after this capacitor we will get the constant of 12 volts DC voltage, and that was given to this battery through another 2 diodes. So another 2 diodes purpose is whenever the battery will get fully charged, in order to protect the charging circuit, so reverse flow, then the batteries will stop the current from the battery to the transformer. And next there will be a 705 regulator. From this 705 regulator we will get constant DC of 5 volts, which is sufficient for our microcontroller to control the input and output modules. So here input modules are LM35 and potentiometer and solar panel also. Here we need to connect the solar panel to measure the solar panel voltage, and the output modules of relay and 16:2 LCD screen. So if you want to charge a battery, this is the real time now onwards. So this is actually our project. So S to the same S or T here, and now when we connect the solar panel, then no need of the diodes, because anyways we are generating DC only, then the diodes will not be utilized when we connect the solar panel. And S2 again, here one more S is there. This is to check the how much of voltage is generating from our solar panel. So and now this is the kit, main power supply kit switch. Right, now the welcome message initially, and now the set temperature is and solar panel voltage. As we are placed in under the normal tube lighting, that's why it's showing the voltage. And right, okay, and slightly increase the temperature. Before switching on this kit, you should keep this 0 only, and we can see the relay circuit. Right, as we can see the relay got switched on, and we can see the temperature is increasing slightly. Right, right, and relay got switched off again. The temperature keep on increasing as we are using the iron pipe, so iron rod, so it is keep on increasing the temperature. So coming to the relay board, so here the relay is electromagnetical relay. So on this relay board we can see one transistor and one LED indication. Whenever we switch on the relay, LED also will be indicated and shows the status of this particular relay, and the transistor used to switch on the relay. Why? Because microcontroller will trigger the transistor and the transistor will trigger the relay, and relay will on our induction heater. So coming to the induction heater's principle, so here we are providing 12 volts directly from this battery through the relay, and that was given as input to our two MOSFETs. Those are IRF Z44 MOSFETs, and next there will be two Schottky diodes. The Schottky diodes purpose is fast switching purpose. So here we are almost generating 150 kilohertz of high frequency through this capacitor, capacitors and inductor, and after this 150 kilohertz of high frequency AC pulses given to this coil. So here we make this coil as a center tap transformer manner, nothing but primary coil consider. So whenever the 150 kilohertz of high frequency pulses given to input to these coils, then mutual induction will be generated, and in that magnetic field also parallelly generated. And when we place metal inside the coils, then it will be induced, and due to this high frequency it will provide us the heat. The power will be converted into the magnetic field to the heat, and that will be utilized to our purposes. Right, you can see the temperature is set for the maximum only. The temperature sensor is getting for that, and here we are using the temperature sensor of LM35, which was interfaced at A0 pin, and potentiometer at A2 pin, and solar panel at A1 pin, and relay to C7, and LCD at B2 to B7. And coming to this motherboard, so we are providing 5 volts power supply at this point, and there will be one capacitor. We can see that whenever the regulation has happened, then after the regulator also there will be some spikes. In order to neutralize the spikes, we are going to making use of this capacitor, and after this capacitor we will get the constant DC 5 volts. And this one is the restart switch to reset the microcontroller, and this one is the 20 megahertz of crystal oscillator, so which will provide us 20 megahertz clock frequency to our microcontroller. The purpose of the crystal oscillator is, so we are going to provide some set of instructions to our microcontroller, right? So means read the temperature and check the potentiometer value and check the solar panel voltage, and all these the instructions are inside the microcontroller. In order to execute the instructions, it need a clock pulse. Means when one clock pulse is given to the microcontroller, it will execute one step. So like 20 megahertz, nothing but 20 mega pulses per second. So that microcontroller can execute 20 mega instruction lines in 1 second. So that is the fastness of our microcontroller, right?